So sad that Dan works the days I can film this. So, it takes... Oh, I actually got a hit, wow. So it takes like months to film episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a special guest here for an episode that isn't Dan, so we can cover something that I don't want to subject him to.
Hello.
This is Garret Polk of None Superior. You add videos to the H3VR wiki about most of this game's firearms, and it's truly insane, and I deeply commend you.
Yeah, I will be your Dan substitute for today.
That's great, because we're playing a video game substitute, or covering one at least, with World War Z. It's like Left 4 Dead when you want to spend more money for a lesser game. It was a book.
I'm like Dan, but I have better graphics. And reductive gameplay, and I'm in third person.
Ah, yes. We all know Dan for his cutting-edge gameplay. It was a book, then it became a movie, then that movie became a game, because it's like 2005, we make movie-based games now again. Well, you say World War Z, third person, they did add a first-person mode. I forget when, it was like an anniversary update or something like that. Aftermath, World War Z Aftermath. The Aftermath update added a first-person mode. Coincidentally, it came out around the time of another first-person, four-player zombie survival thing, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. World War Z is a video game, and it has gun. And that can include many things, such as our first weapon of the day.
The first weapon of the day is the pistol. Also known as the 1911 Protector, which is a M1911A1 with a suppressor.
Hooray! I literally had one and I threw it away. Keen-eyed folks might notice a number of new targets. We even have a guy hanging out up there that we can fire upon. Well, you're not gonna win any sharpshooting contests with this, but
I like the green sights.
It
like
does
me some green sights.
Yep. I don't know, this is pretty good. Do we want numbers or letters this time? I'll let you decide.
Colors.
I can't rate these based on colors.
Alright, I'll go with numbers.
Out of 10, I'll go ahead and give this a 7. It's a perfectly cromulent pistol. There's just one problem. World War Z has an upgrade system, and these guns get out of hand. Well, I say out of hand, this one's not that egregious yet, but just you wait. We have a light. I totally forgot they give this a light.
And you got red sights.
Yep. I can only just barely hit the small targets with the holographic sight. Red dot, that's the name. Oh, I didn't grab an extended magazine. Whoops. Well, we can improvise. Hold on.
Wait, that's not extended enough?
I didn't spawn lock it.
Spawn lock it. Oh, okay, right, of course. That's the double.
Yes. It's.
I want to spawn lock it. There you go.
Yeah, it's Dillinger's iconic 1911 magazine where he literally just cut the bottom off of one and then welded two together. The light's kind of superfluous. It does have a red dot, and that is helpful. So in total, I'm actually thinking, yeah, all in all, once it is upgraded, I do give it a 7. I think for these pairs of weapons, we're going to go for the highest of the two grades. And we're really going to get to learn that you can really overthink a firearm here. I would give this with just the suppressor a 6, this with the laser a 7. Our high score is 7, so you can put down a 7 for our 1911.
This is the machine pistol, the Geist M17P, which is a Glock 17 stuff.
It's a Glock 17 modified to full auto. We will just use the Glock 18 because that is what we have and is already in full auto. It's very clearly meant to be a Glock 18, and they probably just looked online and saw that a number of film studios take a 17 and slap the selector on the side to make it into a full auto Glock for the camera, and went, okay. I don't imagine this will be that good. No! One of these days we will hit a target.
Full auto pistols are usually just for show.
Yeah, no, I've fired enough of this one, but I need to know how they change this. Ooh, this isn't right. This is something else. Hold on. Hi, my name's Jason Clare Riddick, and I want to explain exactly why I was so confused by the fact that there was a different Glock on the screen for a moment. So I wrote the script for World War Z a year ago. I made all of the custom weapons sometime in June. We filmed this in January, and as a result, I had completely forgotten pretty much everything I had ready to go. The pistol that appears in World War Z, the machine pistol, the Geist, it's a Glock 17, but it fires in burst fire. Now, there is no burst fire Glock in H3VR. There's the Glock 18 and the 18C, which are close enough, but those are full auto only. As a result, I kind of just goofed this whole thing up. My information was quite old, and as a result, I really bonked up. So, all of these Glocks are meant to be burst fire, and none of them are. Whoops. Alright, let's see if any of this garbage helps this gun. No! No, it doesn't. Like
yeah, you're gonna need a foregrip and a stock on that thing to get it tamed.
And then at that point, you've built a rifle.
Yeah.
Well, let's even just go for this one. Oh yeah, you know, if you're within chucking distance of a zombie, yeah, you can absolutely make this work. That's a 4. Just fire semi-automatic, slower and better.
Okay, next up, we've got the Revolver.
Hooray.
Casull 6, which is a Unica Model 6.
But given the fact that it's called, you know, what it is, Castle, Casull, one of those is right enough. Somebody will complain about either one. You know,
I have no idea which is correct. So my answer is always correct, right?
Yeah.
Or the person speaking's answer is correct.
I read the words. I don't know how the words sound. That's not my problem. So it's... I do want to compare. That is a significantly beefier round. Wowee.
Yeah, that 4.54 is, it's something else.
So it's this, but somehow firing this, which, I mean, I don't need to tell you, is a bit bigger. A 1, 2, oh boy, okay. Okay, oh yeah, that is 5 rounds. So, luckily, they're both decently accurate. And luckily, this one doesn't get modded to death. I think at most it gets like a sight and a laser, which is, you know, or a flashlight. Which, you know, it doesn't really need, Because again, I was having a decent time even pinging the target tree over there. I hit our fun guy up in the corner. 454 is a lot beefier, but both of these, you know, there's a good amount of stopping power here. 6 rounds, 6 points. Good job. That's a passing grade.
The Revolver, the C student of the firearm world.
Right.
All right, next up is the compact SMG, the Gal 9, which is an IMI Uzi. You don't say here in the notes which flavor of Uzi it is.
I think it is literally just the plain old standard Uzi, because I made that mistake a number of times with a number of other ones, and eventually I got sick of it, so I was just like, I'm gonna go in and I'm going to figure out exactly which Uzi we need for which situation. This thing always catches me off guard with how big it is. I don't know why. In my head, the Uzi, every single time, it's like, you know, this size.
Yeah, we're so used to seeing the micro or the small one, and then you get the full size Uzi, and you're like, this is a short rifle.
Somebody's been eating their vegetables lately. Kind of trundles along quite pleasantly. Get our guy up in the... Yeah, that can get our guy up in the rafters quite nice. That's perfectly cromulent. I would give that easily an 8, but I have to get the one I keep pulling out and flaunting out. Because they do some things to it.
That's some stuff.
Yep. Please note the rail I worked very hard to get in the right place.
Yeah, how'd you get the foregrip down there? That doesn't normally go there.
No, it doesn't. I'm using a rail extender on a railed barrel, and then it just kind of clips into the handguard.
That looks really good, actually.
It does.
Down in the bottom.
Yeah, I was very proud of this one, but at the same time, it made me sad.
I don't know. It looks pretty. I mean, the reciprocating handle's not gonna do too well. And
yep, we have a whole centimeter of bolt travel.
Yeah, well, through the power of no clipping.
Yeah. Luckily,
we will solve it.
Luckily, this is a video game and imaginary, so we don't have to worry about that. We've got this sight that's got a neon green grumpy face in it, which is the feeling I had working on these.
I never... Oh, no, it's permanently that in my mind.
That was the emotion I felt when I was building these.
Once you see it, you will never unsee it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now we need emojis in our optics.
Oh yeah, as a counterpart to the YOLO graphic, we need like the thinking emoji with the... Like, you line up where your bullet goes between the forefinger and thumb.
Yeah. Let's get some poop emojis in there.
Yeah, and ooh-woo in your bullets travel, like, above that middle point of the W. So you know that old, saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? This doesn't need the foregrip. It doesn't really need the red dot, or the reflex sight. It's not a red dot, it's a green... Yeah. It doesn't need these things. The form factor gets weird. Actually, you know what? I almost think it looks cooler with the stock folded up, but now, you know, it's not gonna work great. Okay, well, this is actually surprisingly a stable platform. I think what helps is the cyclical rate of the Uzi is what it is, so it's a 7, which means that our original one at an 8 wins. None of this stuff really enhances the experience.
Oh, but it's got style.
It does. It legitimately does. Honestly, like, this shape is really cool. I just wish it wasn't an Uzi.
Well, yeah. Next up is the SMG, which is a TMP5, which is not a TMP. It's an MP5 A3. And you gotta get the A3 model.
Yep. It's our dear friend, the MP5A3. This shows up all the time, and I don't really understand why. Also, I need to bring this up to Anton's attention. I think only the MP5A1, 40A4, and 10A4 are the only ones that have the mods for some reason. There's still whole guns under here. Huh.
Oh, because it's is that the original? That's the guns under there?
Yeah, that's how the original item spawner was set up, and he just kind of transposed all that stuff over. So.
Yeah.
Let's do this the right way. That's the right way.
That's what it says in the manual.
Yep. It's perfectly fine. I was about to say the sights are kind of open, and hitting the small stuff out in the distance makes that a problem, but you can literally, you know, open it up or close it as needed, so that's entirely on me.
Yeah, those tiny little optics, or those tiny little apertures in VR,
No.
don't work.
I imagine they're slightly better in real life, but honestly, just H&K's normal, like, all the way open sight like this, I find is really comfortable to look through. Alright, well, you would get a 9, but we gotta test out, because, I don't know, I feel like it's a really comfy platform, it doesn't bump around a lot, but we need to find out how they ruin it. You know, I built these things, and every time it still throws me off.
That's, yeah.
Probably helps that I built
Is
them
it?
a while ago. You have
Is it missing anything?
No, I don't.
You got the flip-out spatula?
Oh yeah, the port and starboard attachments. It's almost eldritch in its construction. Past here, I can't make any sense of this stuff.
What is that muzzle brake you've got on the end?
It's a really big one.
Yeah.
You know, because you're firing... I don't even know what round this fires. And it's a completely different patterned MP5, which is the funniest part. Like, it completely changes, like, form. It's not so much upgrades, you just found a different gun. Well, this might be the most stable platform ever conceived by mankind. Yeah, honestly, scarily reliable.
That's one of the best things about VR. You don't have to pay for ammo, and you don't have to pick it up.
Yep, and in fact, a bullet's gonna help you bring the bolt home. So this might be one of the most stable firing platforms I've ever used in this game. It does not even bounce. Yeah, if I grab the 4, it is completely still, which is kind of scary.
That's a laser beam. And that's the 9mm you've got right there.
Yep. So, as much as I would like to give this anything but a 10, because I hate the way it looks, it has actually legitimately earned it, so the MP5 gets a 10. Congratulations, you wicked monstrosity. I didn't think you were capable of such a thing.
Alright, on to the advanced SMG, which is a Curvis V10, or a Chris Vector.
I love when they give guns funny made-up names. It's like, yeah, this is the Curvis 10. Sure, dude. Whatever you say, man.
Now, I don't know if it's the 9 or the 45.
I don't think we have a Vector 9, so I'm just
we don't have a 9 in there. That's another one.
But thank God we have the USP match in 9mm, a caliber it never came in, just so Anton could complete the Half-Life 2 themed Gordon Freeman character.
Yeah, the reality is we're going to get everything that Valve offers will be in the game.
Yeah. All right, we are in full auto, and away we go. Oh, that's the one thing I don't like with the Chris Vector, is by the time that you get it stable, you're out of bullets, so it's like... Oh, there we go. Got a couple hits in there. And then I gotta remember it's got a bolt catch, so... Yeah, like whatever the capacity of this mag is, subtract 10, because that's how many shots you're gonna end up wasting trying to zero in on your target.
Yeah, the biggest problem with it is the caliber.
Yeah, the caliber and the magazine size. You know, because they use a similar-ish system in the Ultimax. And because you have a huge drum full of rounds, you really get to use that recoil system to your advantage. You know, bonus points, it's meant for suppressive fire, because it's, again, you know, a machine gun. This is much smaller with way fewer rounds. I don't know. I get why it has a fan base. I'm not particularly a part of that. I would give this a 6, but let's see how our upgraded individual handles. Oh. Okay, that one I hit with my thumb. This one I hit with my other hand. And then... open and shut. Rainbow Six Siege has a 308 version of the Chris Vector.
Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, let me start it on what Rainbow Six has become.
Okay.
As a former Rainbow Six modder.
Oh no, if you want to go off on a rank, go ahead.
Yeah, I worked on probably the most popular Rainbow Six mod for the original Rainbow Six back in the late 90s. We added about 130 weapons to the game. Of course, back then, adding a weapon meant you edited a text file, you put in a thumbnail, and away you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and some sounds. I did some sounds.
Yeah.
Which ended up in Counter-Strike, but we already talked about that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really fun story. Garret made some sounds for a Rainbow Six mod that made it into Counter-Strike, and the metadata in even CSGO still has your name in it.
It's still there.
That's...
It's my oof.mp3.
Oh yeah! It is. So, are you going to take that sound back from Valve and market it even though it wasn't your work, it was a found asset?
Yeah, it wasn't mine really to begin with anyway,
yeah.
So... No.
Well, you were on MTV Cribs at least.
Well, yeah, I'll add it to my list of Guinness records.
This has been a roast of Tommy Tallarico. Please watch H-Bomber Guy's video on Oof. Anyways, continue your thoughts on Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six. Well, you know, all things start off one way and then they get bought out by a company or two and then they get turned into something else.
Yep.
But a lot of people like the game, so that's fun.
I made a number of Rainbow Six fans mad because I called the game Counter-Strike, but you can shoot through the walls. Which, I mean, it's got hostage rescue and bomb planting modes. So I don't see... Yeah. Yeah, okay, so this stuff only somewhat changes things. Oh... It's not that much different. It's still a 6. 6 it is. Good job, Chris Vector. You're as good as a revolver is. My favorite part about the numbers.
You pass. All right, moving on to the rifle category.
Oh boy.
We are looking at the Scout Rifle, the Mini 21, which is a Ruger Mini 14.
Yep. I had to think for a good long second where that is. It's really interesting that all the games that were inspired by Left 4 Dead added a Ruger Mini 14. They didn't have to. And to this day, I don't even think I understand why Valve added it to Left 4 Dead, but I respect its appearance and I'm glad to have it.
When you have a model for the Garand, but you want it in a different caliber.
Oh yeah. Yeah, somebody starts working on an M14, it's like, that's kind of anachronistic for a game. Scale it down and we'll go from there. Okay, I can handle that stuff decently well. How about up here? Yep. Can it hit our small spinning target? Heck yeah, I can. I don't even need to shoot a full mag out of this. This is lovely. I'll give this a 9. But now we need to see how World War Z thinks a Mini 14 should be fired. This one's not as clean.
Yeah, it doesn't quite match the wood furniture, but
well, it's almost like a Mini 14 EBR kind of. So I've had to kind of bodge this one into that. And we don't need the light. It doesn't make a difference in this scene. Oh, that leaves a very obvious glare. Okay, we don't need that either. When you want an EBR, but you just can't afford it. We have the M14 EBR at home. Yeah, it's like when you drive past McDonald's and mom's like, "No, we have McDonald's at home," but what she means is a bag of frozen fries and then a package of like ballpark hamburgers in the freezer. Uh-oh, all these things are making it hard to aim. Yeah, all my shots are going low and to the right. So
you got height over bore problems there. Gotta aim about 3 inches above where you normally would.
I just wish it were anything else.
It's trying so hard.
This is the first instance thus far where more doesn't make it better. This is like firmly a 7. So our 9 for the original Mini 14 beats out the final 4. I've got to fold this thing up. I'm sorry. Oh, that's weird. And then does this fold too? No. I'm very perplexed by all... Oh, wait. Wow, that's something. Okay.
All right, on to the sporting carbine. We've got the Pac 15, which is some flavor of, look, M4A1, I believe.
Something like that.
And your notes are that it can also be a Mark 18 Mod 0 because it's weird.
Because that's this game. This whole game is like that. So... yeah, honestly, choose your flavor. Do you want brown or do you want round?
Let's go with round.
Hooray! Hooray! Now I need all of my other things. I've kind of jumped the gun a little.
That is gun.
Yep. This is literally like the mathematical average of all firearms on Earth. I'll go ahead and turn this to full. Gotta remember that we have the bolt catch, we live in the future. It's not good at the distant and small, but everything else, it's fine. I'll give this puppy, I'll give it an 8 because we do have room for growth, which is what this is all for. We have a number of options.
You want to try that Mark 18 one, or are you gonna go with the? Oh.
We can do that. I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing too egregious. How is this one?
It's got some more greage going on.
A little more. And then there is actually a weapon that I cut, because there is a sniper rifle of sorts made out of an AR-15, and it's kind of just John Wick's weird AR-15 from the movies. You know what? This is why we have this table. We have a whole buffet. One of these has to be good, right?
Options. You got options.
Yeah. And as everything has told me, as case studies have told me, the more options you give someone, the better choices they make.
Yes, that is exactly how that works.
This one's not bad. Okay. I mean, all you've done is add a suppressor and a red dot and change the barrel slightly. So this one's pretty good. This one I am compelled to give a 10. So we've found our score. These both are in semi-auto only. Let's go ahead and use this one. The A2 front sight is in its normal location.
Yeah, in the way.
Well, it's not too terribly in the way. We're not having to deal with bullet drop at this range, but just where it is relative to the end of the barrel, I think, is fun.
It is a little... Okay. At least your optic gets over the top, and it's a nice place to put the flashlight.
Yep. This one's fine. If you ask me to give it a number, I don't know if I could do that. It's... Well, let's see what happens if we go, full sniper. Surely this will give us some better ideas.
So you're not going to give the number to the previous one?
Well, we'll see. I have to turn this laser off immediately. There we go. Where is anything? This one's just more cumbersome feeling. Our Bubba 15 freaks both get they both get 8s, and our Mod Zero friend gets a 10, so our whole AR-15 smorgasbord gets a 10 in total, but boy howdy, it could be quite rough if you don't know what's going on.
Some are less of a 10 than others.
Yes.
Okay, we are on to the assault rifle, the ARC 103, which is an AK-103 or an AKM tactical.
Because from what I saw, and at the risk of talking like I know what's going on, the AK-103 is pretty much just this. Like, in terms of, like, the form factor, the rail.
Yeah, I don't know why they went with those numbers. They're so hard to keep track of.
My favorite of the bunch is the
102.
AK... My favorite of the bunch is the AK-101, because it takes 556 NATO, which is just bizarre. It's like going to Disney World and buying a Looney Tunes hat.
Grass is always greener, I suppose.
I think they should go all the way, and it should be able to take a static mag.
You would think. You would think.
Oh, I forgot that the selector on this one is made relatively... It makes sense if you think about it. If you jam it all the way down, it's in semi-auto. You just want to take it one step down. So I do like the AK dearly. I appreciate everything it stands for. I appreciate, you know, the history behind it. Huge shout out to the folks at Mozambique who put the thing on their flag. It kicks like a horse. In terms of the reliability of an AK, that does kind of help mitigate the fact that it is hard to... I mean, okay, well, let's shoot the up-close targets. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we'll give it an 8. Up close, and when dealing with, you know, reliability issues, totally makes sense. But,
now let's ruin it.
I'm starting to sense a pattern for how this game handles, tacticooling a weapon.
More is more?
You add a flashlight, suppressor, a laser, and whatever this scope is. And there you go, you've made a tactical. Congratulations.
Oh, we've got little bitty top rail, or iron sights on the top of the scope as well.
Oh, we do!
Like it's an AUG.
I mean, it kind of helps.
Yeah, you do kind of lose the target when you start shooting there, don't you?
Yeah.
A little bit.
You kind of just, like, tense up, close your eyes, and pray.
Yeah, the 7.62 AKs in H3 do have quite a bit of kick on them.
Yeah, they feel a little more video gamey than some of the other carbines, because that's kind of what people expect from the AK. You know, it's a 7.62 round, so we'll increase the damage, but we need to make it competitively viable against the M4, so we'll give it more recoil. So, it does feel a little more arcadey versus some of the other weapons, but also, I'm speaking as if, oh, I've also noticed a fun thing about our laser.
Short range.
I was like, oh, the dot's actually nice and clear. That's why. I thought it came out up here. That one I might be able to fix. Hold on. No, I can't. I tried.
Yeah, you can put it pointing at the ground and then turn it. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh no, this would also get blocked, wouldn't it?
Wait,
oh
is there
no!
A spot on that?
No. Oh yeah, this allows you to see the recoil now. We've
It does have a purpose.
Yeah, we've invented a new purpose. Everyone's gonna have lasers pointed at the floor. You get a bigger magazine, I'll give it that. And you have
the original
sight.
gets an 8. What does this one get?
I mean, as pointless as some of this junk is, the suppressor, the red dot, or the reflex sight, and the extended magazine do push this firmly into 9 territory.
All right, we are on to the classic bullpup rifle.
That's the FAMAS.
The FAMAS, the Le Clairon.
Well, notice how they've spelled it.
Yeah.
They didn't spell it quite right.
Well, no, it's French for the bugle, which is what the nickname of the FAMAS is.
Well, wouldn't it be Clarion? Hi, it's a new day while I'm editing this. The problem I've noticed is I spelt Clairon correctly. I was under the impression that it was Clarion, which is incorrect. But that's the one World War Z uses. Clairon is correct. What are you gonna do? Fact check. Okay, so the plot thickens. Le Clairon and Le Clarion both somehow work out to be the bugle, or at least according to Google Translate. So both are correct. Oh, wow! Okay. I'm stupid. That's what we're learning. Have I chambered this? Yes. And then this bit that I've always just thought was for decoration and to add cool lines is a bipod, so you can plonk it down. And then we've got more numbers back here. What's fun about this channel is a bunch of like the actual like more prominent members of the H3VR fandom do watch this specifically to give me notes and feedback, things I'll never remember, because they leave these giant lists of like errors I make, so they'll be able to tell me what all of these fun numbers are and why this is designed the way it is. So people can then read the comments for like supplementary additional reading material.
Yeah, my comment section is the same way. Any corrections, errors, or just background historical information is in the comment section.
It's like the War Thunder forum, but we're not getting put on watch lists for playing it.
You don't go there for secret information that was leaked to correct the developers?
Yeah. Actually, if you read the documentation, this plane should fly faster. And the government goes, how did you know that? Well, it's because I might have acquired some documents. Where'd you get those documents? The Pentagon, I asked politely. Oh, War Thunder.
I designed the avionics systems and delete. Where's the delete button?
It's getting to the point where when they hire people into government positions, they now have to ask if the people play War Thunder.
Are you now, or have you ever been a War Thunder player?
Yeah, it's like right after like Felon. Anyways, this thing loves to jump around because it loves to empty its entire magazine as fast as possible. It's kind of a goofy design. It gets a point. It gets some points for quirk factor. I'm gonna give it a 7 though. I couldn't build this particularly egregiously. The whole carry handle is completely botched. I don't know what happens. Okay, it's only gotten a couple things. It's gotten a laser, a sight, and, you know, just the most rounds you'll ever need. And honestly, that's all they really needed to do. And I'm glad they didn't go overboard. What a glow up. I'm gonna give this bad boy a 9. Welcome.
Wow.
That's fantastically high score. 2 whole points. You had a sight and you had a laser. And some differently shaped plastic, but how much that actually helps the thing, I don't know.
Alright, we are on to the classic battle rifle, the LAR, also
That's
known as the FAL.
Yep.
It's classic. It used to just be the battle rifle, then they introduced the new battle rifle, but nobody liked it, so they had to go back and they called it the classic battle
The battle rifle classic, yep. But then everybody looked and they swapped out the sugar for high fructose corn syrup like nobody would notice. I assume we're going for the new Coke joke.
Yes. Battle rifle classic.
Yep, and then finally after they had, made that point for 20 plus years, they finally just renamed it battle rifle.
Yeah, and you can't get crystal battle rifle anywhere.
Well, that would be Crystal Assault Carbine. It's different.
Oh, that's
it's a different brand, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's an AK.
Yeah, Cherry Battle Rifle though. That's top notch. Vanilla Battle Rifle. It's getting so hard to find that in stores now. Joke over. We've done it. We've killed it.
Oh, Diet Dr. battle rifle.
Oh right, this thing just loves to. It's actually hard to tell if I'm hitting the target because it's so loud that it actually drowns out the sound of the metal. This is rough. Up close it's fine, but out at a distance, yikes. That's a 6. Luckily this game gives us not one, but 2 ways to modify the FAL. There's kind of like 2 different ending paths it can take. You've got foregrip and small sight, and you've got just big sight, and that's about it, yeah. Turn on the laser. This one's gotta be fine, right?
Oh, that works.
The target completely disappears when I pull the trigger. But I can at least hear that I'm hitting the target. I don't need to fire much more of that one. We're gonna go ahead and give you... That was perfectly fine. We'll give you an 8. So that was pleasant. Now let's see how your counterpart with the with our patented flashlight and laser combination. Which isn't this is like some kind of combination module, isn't it? Doesn't this have a flashlight integrated?
It might have an IR and a visible light. I mean, in the game, I don't know if anything in the game has both.
Okay, I might be thinking
H3.
of Payday 2, which turns this into a flashlight and a laser.
Okay. Because I'm trying to, like, negotiate Tarkov in my brain as well.
I haven't played
whole other level.
Tarkov, but from what I've seen, there's a lot to negotiate.
Oh yeah, it is gun nerd nirvana for flat games for sure. It is the H3 equivalent for flat.
Okay, yeah, both of these are pretty dang good. I can't pick one way or the other, so they both get 8s. They're both pretty good. I think what we're learning is just having a firearm in a zombie apocalypse is good.
Assault Carbine. This is the HW416. Which
That
of course
is
the
HK416, which I feel like I've totally missed.
Yeah.
Hooray! Alrighty. And let's rock. Even though it's just imaginary guns in a video game, this is a very comfy platform. Like, the muzzle rise isn't that bad. It kind of just glides in your hand really nice and easily. The grip looks unnecessarily comfortable. I quite like this thing. Alright. Just on its own already, I feel compelled to give that a 9. It kind of fixes some of my qualms with the M4 platform. But, as always...
It's the OXO version of the M4.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. And as such, we now need to fetch.
That's, got a little... Yeah.
It's kind of our normal equipment, but with the added fun of the big giant magazine and the laser. And a foregrip.
And still got the flip-ups.
Yep. I've put them on backwards.
Might work.
Well, I don't know how I didn't catch that when I was building this. I think I was just like in a fugue state putting these things together. Because that's kind of just the way you have to be when dealing with some of the tactical abominations. Yep. It doesn't make it worse. I'll put it that way.
Would you grind to get it?
No, it is still an 8. you've kind of just added crap to a platform, which I don't know, might be fine, but
Yeah, well,
again,
the
it's
first
one of
one was a 9, so that loses points.
oh, what was that?
If that's an I have it down as a 9 here.
Okay, that's fine. I've kind of come to terms.
Yeah. All right, the battle rifle, the Hammer 17, which is a Scar H.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be a Scar, just I don't know why. Something about the word hammer. I have a feeling this isn't going to go fantastic, given my past experiences with 7.62 in full auto. Okay.
It's not hitting much, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah. It's kind of good at getting the general area. I mean, I haven't really laid down on the trigger, so...
I mean, if zombies are really clumping up...
Oh yeah, and in World War Z, they clump the hell up. I don't know if you've seen any gameplay. They will build, like, a big wall of zombies and climb up.
Oh yeah, well, I played World War Z.
Oh, wow.
I've got it on, it was free on Epic.
Ah.
It's a fun game. It's a game.
Yeah.
It's a good game at what it wants to do.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's the Revolver of games.
Right. You get it. Finally, someone's speaking my language. And this is very firmly the Revolver of firearms. That's like a 6. The short controlled bursts will do you pretty good. I'm very much not looking... Okay, well this isn't that bad. No. I mean, it might just be like some kind of Stockholm syndrome at this point to see this sight and the laser and the flashlight and go, oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah, this is normal. We see this all the time.
Yeah. I can even knock these down. Make room for my red dot. It'd help if I put the gun on something other than safe.
Yeah, still not hitting those second and third shots, but...
I mean, they do good at what they're meant for. They are kind of insurance, so you can kind of... You know, you can ensure that at least one of your shots will hit somewhere around the target. Yeah. It does feel better, although that might just be the suppressor talking here. That I'm not dealing with as much recoil. I'll give it a 7. Hooray.
Yay. On to the shotty guns.
Hooray.
We've got the shotgun, the M500, which is a Mossberg 500.
I quite like this game's Mossberg 500s. I'm even going to go for the one that's got the chopped down barrel, because I think it's the most fun. God, this is such a handsome model.
It's shiny.
I love the shine. I've got an RTX card, and this is the most impressive reflections I've ever seen in a video game.
Oh, RTX. Maybe one day.
It's getting there.
The only RTX game that I've played that worked well so far is Cyberpunk.
Controls works pretty darn well.
You know, I think I didn't have my 3080 when I played Control. I think I had a 2070, and that was not going to cut it.
No.
I think I turned it off.
And then Resident Evil 8 has ray tracing, but like only kind of. it doesn't make a difference whether it's on or off, in my opinion. Which I guess is kind of the perfect end result of RTX, is that you don't know it's on because it's just doing its business in the background. You know, so many games want you to be enveloped in a world of polished glass and chrome, a freaking hall of mirrors. Doom Eternal, in the UAC Atlantica level, there's an entire glass like tube that you walk through, where they spawn like a Baron of Hell or a Titan at the end, and because all of these materials are reflective, it looks like 5 of them spawn around you.
Well, there's a good use for it.
I mean, in terms of like, you know, screwing with the player for sure. But in a game with like combat as laser focused as Doom Eternal, it is kind of disorienting that what looks like a target appearing before you isn't actually a target. Okay, so this is honestly really good.
Oh.
Some concessions had to be made. I mean, first of all, this is an entirely different kind of gun, but it looks more like the one in the game. It's got our flippin' Chewungus. It's got just a mile of rail to put a red dot over here. Oh, it's our favorite one.
Oh, it's Mr. Grumpy.
This is the one to beat. This was a 9. I'll give it.
A 9 for the shotgun?
Yep. Let's see how we can manage to That had no reason to be as good as it was. And I'm actually mad that it was good.
Suppressed shotguns.
Oh, fine. Welcome to 10, I guess. Jeez.
Not based on style.
No. No, it's not a looker.
You're on to the combat shotgun, which is an S890 in the game, which is an M4 Super.
Yep, that is our dear friend. Where the heck are you? You're right here. I don't think I've ever fired this shotgun and never thought it was honestly perfect.
There you go.
So it's definitely a 10. Do I have some kind of customized one? What have I done? I've added a suppressor, and there's a laser kind of further out, which I kind of just depict in this fashion. So, hey, welcome back. Yep, M1014 continues to be the platonic ideal of a shotgun. Welcome to 10. And now we move on to the M1014 shorty.
Yes, the compact shotgun.
Which I hope nobody minds we're gonna use this. It's close enough. It's very hard to keep these sights together. Which I guess makes sense given the form factor.
Yeah, the lack of a stock means lack of a virtual stock in game, which makes everything more complicated.
Inside-out tracking is definitely a thing.
Speaking of a thing,
Huh.
we got a running theme here with the lasers. Can you turn the suppressor slightly?
Wait.
Oh, if you could mount it to the... Oh!
We'll mount it a little more forward. That's fine. Turn
is that mounting to? Oh,
there is actually a
there's the
side
rail adapter.
Yeah, there is actually a side like lug there.
Oh, that's on the model. Okay.
Yeah. Turn it slightly after 3 shots, it just comes flying off. God, you definitely didn't play it, but Overkill's The Walking Dead. If you've heard of the name at all.
I don't remember if I think because my friend of mine got in the early access, so he played it. I think it's a hazy memory.
Well, it's a very hazy game. It existed for 3 months and cost Starbreeze almost all of their money. But Overkill's The Walking Dead had weapon degradation, where after a certain number of missions your gun would get worse and worse. But it also had suppressor degradation, which is to say, like, the best suppressors in the game could withstand like 2 full magazines worth of shots before exploding. So, like, you would get like a suppressor for the game's opening pistol, which was the Bernetti 9, because it was, you know, Payday inspired, and it would be like, dong, bam, bam. So you kind of just had to walk around the whole game just kind of clubbing zombies to death, because that was the only way to do it quietly. What a disaster that game was. But nobody can play it anymore, so it's all fine.
we're saved the trouble.
It's the dilemma of lost media. It's like, is it worth reclaiming this one? Do we want to dig up a playable build of Overkill's The Walking Dead? Ah, okay. I was wondering if this was what was about to happen.
Battery?
Yep. I've got to swap my 10 volts. What did I give the normal?
You gave the combat shotgun a 10. Both
Yes.
of them were 10s.
And then what about the shorty one?
And you got the shorty one was a 9.
It's still a 9, I'll give it that. It's definitely the lack of a stock.
We are on to the double-barreled shotgun, the Denali side-by-side. It's a sawed-off double barrel.
Yep, and it's loosely based on like the form factor of the Ithaca for reasons I don't understand. It's a very weird shape.
Well, it's a hammerless double barrel, thank goodness. Since you're not on a stagecoach.
I'll give you an 8. That seems cromulent. It's nice, it's fast. Pumps them full of lead, I don't know what else you want.
A red dot?
Nope, Anton is sensible.
No, but apparently they work on some of the grenade launchers in H3, which was a moment.
Well, now you can't just say that and expect me to not try it.
That one is interesting. If you spawn 2 of them, you might be able to stick them together.
2 of the 320s?
Yeah, because it also functions as an underbarrel.
Oh! I need a volunteer. You! Where does it stick?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Ooh! I did not know this. Thank you. Holy cow. Okay, well, now we must venture down a different rabbit hole. Because you've reminded me of another recent underbarrel that they've added. This is a perfectly fine rifle. But don't you wish it was a rifle befitting a zip operator? Now you can test that object in the street, or use a less lethal cartridge with your now legally designated short barrel rifle underbarrel 22 pistol.
Oh, I didn't know that was... Because I did a review of the Zip, and I didn't know there was an underbarrel version of it. Like I would know.
Well, it's so the sad thing is, it's totally real. You can get a, because the whole top cover comes off. You can get a top cover that's an inverse Picatinny rail to make it an underbarrel pistol. And in the actual documentation, they're like, why use a full-size round when less force will do? Or test that suspicious object in the street. the world of zip operators opens up significantly with the zip short-barreled rifle extension, which is a legal nightmare. Like, the moment any lawyer would read any of that text, like, red flags and alarm bells should start going off. So we've each taught each other one important thing.
There's
already
a lot in this game.
An exchange of information has been performed. Okay, we reviewed the double barrel, and I tried to stick garbage to the double barrel. It didn't work. Alright, I was sticking garbage to the grenade launcher.
Yeah, that's all.
Anyways, let's retreat up the diversions. What's next? Is this the
assault shotgun?
That's
Taiga 12.
That is absolutely yep. This can also be a special weapon with a 50-round drum.
For when you like AKs, but you want a shotgun.
Yeah, they literally have built an AK for everything. You want a sniper rifle? That's called the Dragunov. You want a shotgun? You got the Saiga. You want a pistol? I mean, there is a Russian pistol.
An AK pistol?
There is actually a Russian pistol, I believe, in this game. Oh, here we go. The PL-14. It's effectively just the pistol AK. You are absolutely guaranteed to be a 10, but did I forget to put a sight on this, or did they just put a rail on there and then...
Theirs is upside down, but yours is right side.
What do you mean? Oh, theirs?
Theirs is, yeah, it's kind of facing up. Not vertically, but I mean, yeah, it's like that, yeah.
Oh, and what do you know? Like clockwork.
Yeah, see, we've made a product improvement there. Just turned it down. Hey, problem solved.
Oh god, I love how many of their weird customized guns have ended up where I've designed them where the laser gets completely obstructed. Because I was going more for game accuracy within H3VR than anything. I'm very pleased with how I got the foregrip to line up with this. Everything else is kind of...
Yeah, I think they have a Mr. Grumpy optic on it.
Oh, do they? We can make that work. We could put the aircraft sights on it. It's kind of scary how quiet the suppressed shotguns are. And you know, if we fired 30 more rounds, we've done the special as well. Yeah, it's also a 10. It doesn't need the foregrip, and honestly, you've got this. Just
Oh, there you go.
here, fellas. This one's free.
Yeah, they don't use the dovetail mount in the game, so they didn't put it on the side.
Well,
They do a top rail.
we don't have those options.
Yeah.
Oh, my flashlight. Taking rail adapters off of a gun's like a frickin' puzzle. There you go, fellas. Look at it got bigger.
I was thinking it got bigger, but I thought, no. It's the rail adapter.
Yeah, because that normalizes the sizes of everything. Well, after untacticooling it, yeah, it's definitely earned its 10. Every time there's a flippin' semi-automatic shotgun in one of these, it always blows everything away.
On to the new category, the heavies. we are looking at the grenade launcher, the Thumper GL, which is an M79.
There was no way it was not going to be an M79 with a name like that.
You gotta have one of those in the game. It's required.
Yeah, every game is required to have a double barrel shotgun, an AK, an M4, and this.
Does it have adjustable sights?
We can go up to 100 meters. Which is significantly taller. Just different degrees of overshooting the mark. I'm also trying to aim a lobbed projectile at, if we're being honest, a relatively small metal target. You know, yeah. That's totally cromulent. Yeah, this'll send them packing, and it really doesn't need to be more complex than this. Welcome to 10, I suppose. It's not ridiculous enough to get the G, so we'll save it and we'll give that a hearty 10.
Okay, on to the payload rifle, the BF-25, which is the XM109 and or the M107A1.
Yeah, we'll use this. I heard payload rifle and I'm like, oh boy, that's the 20 mil one. No.
I don't remember if I did a sniping test on this guy on my videos, because I did it with the bolt actions. But I don't think I did it with Barrett. Some of the iron sights in the game are correct, and some of them are not.
It's one of the hazards of working on a game for 6 years, like Anton has. With, you know, how many hundreds of guns.
We got a bazillion combinations in the game. Not everything will work 100%.
Yeah. And that's all she wrote. And because it's VR, I don't have to do like the over-the-top like... No, I can load this like that.
Yeah, and they don't weigh 10 pounds each.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite / least favorite things about playing Pavlov, is I can just like reload all the super heavy guns in like a fraction of a second. And it's like, I'm very obviously overpowered compared to the bots. Yeah, this'll definitely do some damage. Nothing else really to say about that one. It might be hard to get 50 BMG reliably in zombie times, but I mean, 50 BMG of the anti-armor rounds is probably easier to source than, you know, like, thank goodness you're not lugging this bad boy around.
It is a little much for a zombie. Little overkill, but you never know.
And then you could quick bolt it, which is my favorite part.
Oh yeah. The MGL, the Hailstorm MGL, with his RG6 and Milcor MGL together at last.
It is a weird hybrid of the two. No fun sights or nothing on here. You can add a sight if you wish, but it doesn't. It's really like playing Scorched Earth. You have to get the direction just right, and then you can kind of just keep wailing on them. Oh. Target down.
No.
And I still had a round left. Yeah, these are getting into G territory. Our favorite number of all.
On to the flamethrower, which is branded in the game as Flamethrower.
And I didn't unlock, so I had Drago give me some vault files.
Mods to the rescue.
Yeah, I'm still of the opinion that the Thompson Mark II should just be available in the item spawner. I don't really know what we're supposed to do with this information. It suddenly became very obvious to me that I don't even know, like... I didn't think this far ahead.
It's a flamethrower.
Yep. It sure is far from that flamin'. Welcome to G.
RPG Launcher. RPG L4 is the name of it in the game, and it is a Carl Gustav M2, but it's sawed off. it's
The name had me so confident. I'm like, oh boy, RPG, Carl Gustav. Pull that forward, pull that
twist that
up.
Yep.
Make sure you bop it. And then... thunk. Oh, that is such a good sound. And we don't have a safety. We kind of just go. Or do we have a safety? Am I missing something?
It might be left on the trackpad if it's anything, but I don't think there...
Oh, it's down! Okay.
There you go. It does feel like it's for a different game.
Say I get this and take and hold. Will it withstand my antics?
There you go.
Okay, I don't need the Carl Gustav. I do appreciate that it made all of the targets just slightly wobble. So we will be firing again, I think, in the corner. No. Do I? No. It's the Carl Gustav launcher in a game called World War Z. This is ludicrous amounts of overkill.
You don't think it's a practical choice for your apocalyptic needs?
No, because each one of your 4 players is going to have to carry one of these each. Here you go. Thunk, shoomp, thunk. It's like a step away from the mortar. I just wanna... I love shooting the mortar like that.
Oh yeah. Now, before you put it in the bin, try putting a suppressor on it.
Garret? Do you know something I don't?
I forget which one. It might not be this one.
What?
Oh, there we go. And yes, you cannot load it with the suppressor on.
You have to, it's like the musket, you have to take it off every time. So, it's actually quieter!
Well, yeah, because it's a suppressor on your mortar.
That means Anton had to like, okay, I need a suppressed mortar sound.
Alright, special SMG, the SR Smirch, which is an SR3M. There we go, on the special table.
Alright, Garret informed me that there were some freaks that I forgot.
Yeah, it does have a suppressor on it, but it doesn't look like the built-in one that's on the ASVAL and the BSS. Yeah, and it looks like they later put the dovetail Picatinny rail adapter on it, and Mr. Grumpy with a foregrip and a probably flashlight on the right side.
That's one of our many 7s. We can load it with the appropriate round. Yippee.
Yay! It's a party.
Yep. And we can turn this party a little more spicy. Hooray! It's got such a very wide radius. You're like...
Is it getting a G?
Honestly? Sure. I don't know what else to... It's not like you're signaling other people. There's 3 other human players.
Yeah.
And if you're not
for
all
your
around
friends.
each other, then you've got problems.
Yeah, they're including mods on it. That's one of the specials.
Oh yeah, this is another special cinema. It's cool. I like that it's just an M4 but big. Like it fires the same round. You can even take a static mag in this diagonal port, kind of. It's not very good at taking them, but it will. Yep, this one is perfectly fine. It'll do your business quite well. That's a 10.
Yeah, we got the chainsaw. Can't have an apocalypse without a chainsaw.
I don't think we'll give these numbers. I think they're kind of just here for fun and for gawking. Hey, everybody.
It does have a rail on the chainsaw. So you can't...
Oh yeah.
Two, actually. Yeah, there's a bottom rail and a right rail. So you can put that flashlight on there, or a foregrip, or...
I mean, I like where your head's at, but one of my problems is I'm finding it quite hard to, There we go!
There you go. Stabilize it. There you go.
We just created that, like, the weird dog from Chainsaw Man. So stuff that gets close enough to get cut up also gets set on fire.
Yeah, or if you're, like, chainsawing through a gas canister.
Yeah.
Once you cut it open.
If you want to open yourself up to the world of zip operators.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah, and then you kind of hold it at an angle like a sten, and then you got your gun here and your chainsaw there.
You can
So
stick
ranged-
100 rounds on that thing.
I think it's only 50. Yep, just put your hand up against the barrel.
And the chainsaw. Between the barrel and the chainsaw.
Yeah, so you want to touch the barrel, but not quite, and avoid the pointy bits. Don't want to cut your fingers off. Uh-oh. Yeah. And then, you know, we want something for kind of mid-range. So, there you go, the perfect gun.
Yeah, you got melee, you got range.
Yep, and then you got your up close, you got your long distance, you got right in front of you. All your bases are covered. That is atrocious, and I kind of feel bad for inventing it. For a brief second, I became one of the satirical characters in a RoboCop film.
It definitely needs its own TV commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, hey kids. The world's scary, but ask your parents to get this. Alright. It's still safe, it's still safe, it's still safe. Danger, danger. I'm getting
Uh-oh,
hit.
that's a little, yeah.
Yep, 300 damage, and my tree's gone down, but it's...
What does this say? XM181 masking smoke grenade.
Oh yeah, that's, a notably less dangerous grenade. Hooray! This is about the extent of the fireworks we get in this state. Hooray! Look at me, I'm in a big puff of smoke. Oh no, smoke inhalation. the 4th of July, this was right after Payday added the Sicario perk deck, which had the blue smoke. We got smoke bombs, and one of them was blue, and I wanted to take a cool picture and upload it to my Facebook of me in the blue smoke. So I got the smoke grenade, I put it down on the ground, it exploded into the blue smoke, and it took so long for my younger brother to take the picture that I suffered real bad smoke inhalation and had to go inside and do a nebulizer treatment. I didn't even get the picture.
Oh, the worst of all.
Yeah, and then I imagine this game's got a Molotov.
From us.
And I hit the ceiling directly above
you took
me.
some damage. Ooh, you took some damage.
Hey, doctor. Oh, hey. What happened there? I shot a mortar indoors. Oh, you probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. Well,
Where'd you get a
is.
mortar?
Yeah, where'd you
From
get
a mortar
that?
store?
Yeah, I didn't buy it online. I went to a brick and mortar shop.
Oh. There we go.
I shouldn't
On
be
that
proud
note.
of that one. Wow, we did it. Look at all of these rapscallions.
It's quite the pile.
It is, and we've kind of got some camps. We have the automatic Glock. We've got the cromulent parade. We've got actually legitimately cool. We've got the cool kids club, which spills over into this table, and our dear friends, the funny brigade. We always cherish and behold, the G. And apparently we just left our lighter here. Oh, and then this kind of transcends even G, I'll be honest.
Uh-oh. We're gonna need a new category.
And just like the Russian car dealer in Simpsons, I feel compelled to put it in H. I didn't have to do this to the chainsaw. It felt awful to do this to the chainsaw. It needed to happen to the chainsaw.
It was just a natural progression.
Yep. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Coffee and social media links are in the description.